April.
Absolutely. Certainly missed a week going on.
Good, all right, I'll open the meeting at 5 o'clock. Why don't we do some signing while we're waiting for Beth McLean?
Okay.
Cal, the first item, the check for Al, we just need a signature?
Yes.
I thought that, yeah, that's the usual reimbursement. And I'll just pass that down so the other board members can review it.
I think that's a mileage.
It looks, yeah, it is.
Mileage
Yep,
reimbursement.
yep, exactly.
I will be sad when people don't handwrite things anymore.
I like Al's handwriting.
All right. You just signed the check, but
Yep.
there's a manifest attached to it that looks like it
Oh,
needs
look
signature.
at that.
Oh,
Oh, no,
oh.
it looks like a separate
There's
manifest.
two accounts payable.
Yeah, that's what, okay, so this is just an accounts payable manifest. But still, good catch, Beth, thank you.
Wasn't it, who was it, who didn't like using paper clips for that very reason?
Actually,
It'll come to you. Thank you. All right, that goes back
Cool,
down.
alright. Alright, first pay, this is an accounts payable manifest from December 31st, 2025, in the amount of $10,188.87.
So moved.
I'll second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye? Pass that one down. Thank you. All right, second manifest is in the amount of $560,801.73, dated January 5th, 2026.
So moved.
I'll second. All those in favor?
Aye.
I was hoping to see it at the school,
Oh,
which
yeah,
was by far the biggest one.
just in case something else snuck in there. Winston Churchill didn't like paper clips.
Oh, no kidding. Okay.
Banned them from the underground bunkering. There she is.
Okay. No worries, we're signing documents, so we'll do a couple more, and then once you're kind of warmed up and ready, we'll get you guys going.
Very good, thank you.
All right, this is a payroll manifest in the amount of $49,888.72.
So moved.
I'll second, all those in favor?
Aye. So that was the second payroll manifest?
No, this is the first, one of two,
Oh, the other one was accounts payable?
the second accounts payable.
Okay, got it.
2 and 2.
I just wrote it in the wrong place. Be in 2026, we'll get our new stamp.
done that 3 times a year, checks, 25.
Sure. Alrighty, yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
To you, all right, second second payroll manifest is in the amount of $54,385.03, dated 1/5/2026.
So moved.
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Why don't, Ken, I think I'll just hold there and we can come back to the other two. What do you think, Beth? Good to go? Okay.
Yep, I have my handy dandy little handwritten note. Sorry, I don't have anything formal for you guys.
No worries, welcome. Glad
We're just
have
listening to
here.
you, we can't tell what you're reading from.
Okay. So, here we are for the Green Power Coalition, and, I jotted down all of the rates went up.
Yeah.
Utilities went up, CPC and H went up on both sides, both Unitil and Eversource, which wasn't a surprise.
Yeah.
What was a surprise is the utilities didn't go up that much. They went up 0.1 for Eversource and almost 0.3 for Unitil. CPC and H went up more than that.
Hmm,
So basically 1.2 cents per kilowatt hour each for Unitil and Eversource. And the additional that they are doing for CPC&H is the 2 cents that is meant to put a reserve together for CPC&H so that they have the opportunity to moderate rates when they need to, so that they can deal with emergencies, so they have better cash flow. It's a management thing, I mean, I'm sure.
so in effect, they've put in their own adder.
Yes, yeah,
Wow.
and that was always intended, but in the beginning, when we were trying to be under the utilities, that went away. So, what the board has voted is to do that in a quicker fashion now, so that we're doing basically 2 cents additional to what it costs us. To get that done quickly, it will soon go down to 1 cent and then to 0.5 cent and then to 1. So, how long will that take? I don't know, but it is gonna be probably more expensive than the utilities for the water.
Did they talk about how big they want that, I'm gonna call it a fund to be before they're satisfied?
They know how much it needs to be, but I don't.
Okay.
No, they have
Understood.
a goal for what they expect it should be in order to accomplish all of those things. One of the other things that it does, it means that they don't have to take loans for, paying upfront for electricity.
Yeah.
So the costs go down. So that's one of the goals, to reduce the cost and eliminate as much loan expense as possible.
Yeah. The only thing I would suggest to them is, in the interest of transparency, they should reveal what that number is. I
Yeah,
don't,
and they may
I don't-
have that out there, I just,
Yeah.
do you know?
No.
Yeah, no. Neither one of us were at that board meeting, Fred actually sat in the board meeting, so, but they haven't paid attention to that
Yeah.
ever, just knowing that it is large.
Yeah.
So our basic rate for Canterbury will be the granite basic rate, and 0.2 higher than that will be our Canterbury basic rate for those who have opted into it.
Yeah.
So no different than last time,
Yeah.
very much the same, won't keep it very much at all in
yeah,
the Canterbury Act until we are able to put more in, because our CPC&H rate is lower than basic.
And the basic rate for Unitil and the basic rate for Eversource are still slightly different.
Yes, they are different. So in 2026, starting in February, the Eversource rate will be 11.303 cents per kilowatt hour.
11.303?
303.
Yeah.
The Unitil rate will be 12.061. And the corresponding CPC&H rate for Eversource, matching the first one that I gave you, is 14.663. And for Unitil, 14.942. So it's about 3 cents.
Yeah.
Difference. Yeah, around 3 cents.
yeah. And if people want to, they can still switch to a different
That's right.
company.
They can switch
Yeah.
to another company, they
Yeah.
can go back to Eversource or Unitil.
Yeah.
And the committee has talked about having a listening session in probably early April, after everybody's had a full bill with the new rates.
Yeah.
To hear what people have to say and to
Yeah.
ask them directly, what would they like us to do? Do they want us to keep our general premise that unless it's under the utility rates, we won't have an added for the town. And I will continue to push CPC&H to find a way to do an added for people who want to have the larger.
For all the levels above.
For all of the levels,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
all of the renewable resource levels.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
other questions or thoughts that I can bring back to them? I'll see if I can get you back.
I'm just curious, somebody somewhere must know
Oh,
what that,
absolutely,
yeah.
I know just two to go together,
Yeah, good.
I'll get to it
Thank
in
you.
a couple of days
Yeah.
as soon as I go back,
Yeah.
so,
yeah, I have no other questions.
The only thing I would have is are they still going to publish those nice big cards that
I
explain?
expect that they
all those rates, okay. And when can we have this in a form that people could understand, that we can put in the, I guess it would be best in the, when do the rates actually go up, I guess is my question.
February first.
February
So I'm
1st.
seeing that some towns have already announced it, so we could announce it anytime. I'm not prepared to do something for tonight based on that. So I wanna take my time.
You've got
Make sure
until
that-
the 18th to get it to me, so people
Yeah,
goes
but I'm
in the
thinking
February
for the-
newsletter.
For the email and to put on.
Yeah, yeah,
Facebook and things like that.
Yeah, yeah,
Good.
That should probably come out at the same time, if their people aren't going to basically see it until February 1st, right?
Most people won't see it on, well, they will. Their next bill after February first will be partially the old one and partially the new one,
Right.
depending on when they get their bills. And it's the one after that will be fully into the new,
right,
rates.
right.
Then February should be fine, don't you think, to let people know?
Yeah, I wanna make sure we do it before January.
Yeah.
Before,
Okay.
before February first, so
Yeah.
we'll be transparent.
Okay.
The only other thing that I would suggest, at least give it some thought, would be to include in that announcement the mechanism for switching.
Yes,
they wanted to
oh yes,
switch.
yeah, we can do that easily.
Yeah.
And we can
Yeah.
put in that in the newsletters.
Great. Yeah.
Community power,
Yeah.
that's, I mean, that's part of the charge, actually, of the
Mhm.
committee, is to let people know how they,
Yeah, yeah.
Alright.
Thank you.
whether they
Thank you both.
listen or not,
Right, well,
we will put it out there.
You can lead a horse to walk.
right, and that's all, you're
That's all
absolutely
you
right.
And get us a big stack of those things.
Yeah, if I can, to put it town
Yeah, yeah.
hall, yeah, or town offices,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that would be great, okay, sounds
All
good.
right. Thank you
Alright.
both.
Thank you.
all.
Appreciate
Have a
it.
good meeting,
Thank you.
Thank you.
toasty in here tonight.
Well, we're trying anyway.
Yeah.
Trying
You
to
can
keep up.
stay and stay warm,
Yeah.
but
All right, payroll, all right, I think we're now at the yield tax, yep. All right, so this is, a timber yield tax levy, for, tax map 232 lot 18 in the amount of $483.68. I don't think we need a motion, we just need to sign, right? Yeah. I'll make sure I write 2026. In two places, Cal, it looks
I
like.
have to watch everybody gets spherical by the time they finish putting on all the down. Excuse me. Excuse me. Thanks, Beth.
Driving everybody.
Yeah.
Alright, so just the two places. Thank you.
Interesting to see how many people opt one way or the other.
Yeah, I think Calvin missed it.
Oh, I missed another.
Green tags for tracks.
Oh, they're green, not blue,
Yeah.
that's why.
My bad.
Mandy, we just
Right.
can't,
Have to invest in some blue ones.
That's it. Alright, the final thing we've got, at least that I've got, is the investment policy for the town. Cal had sent out an email earlier, and I believe, Cal, the only change is that it reflects 2026.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no other changes, so, any discussion, any,
no, I'd just like to eyeball it for a second, but you can sign it.
It's literally the same.
Oh, it's just the same, alright. Then it's something I've already seen.
Beth, I did not get those, numbers for you.
Okay, thank you. I thought it would be a long stretch to get them by tonight. Next time, thank you. Right,
Thank you.
yes,
And then it actually looks like we've got a letter to our state legislators urging a no vote on HB 314.
Yes.
And we had discussed that, I don't remember the date of the meeting, but we discussed it recently anyway.
probably 2 meetings ago, if not 3.
Yeah, so, I think you're right, about a month ago.
Yeah, it was at least a month ago.
Yeah, sure,
They're voting on it on Wednesday,
okay,
and NHMA sent out a new thing last week with new details, because in November, they released an amended version of the bill, and that's what the second paragraph, third in there refers to is the amendments that they made,
Yeah.
where, they added this whole section where if you wanted to get out of this new law, then you could take it to town meeting, but you have to use a specifically phrased warrant article.
interesting.
Which you could read if you want.
Is this wording the suggested wording, or did you craft this?
I crafted it, they didn't have a suggested wording.
Well crafted.
So the wording of the warrant article they would want us to use is, shall we allow public funds to be used for lobbying and attempt to influence legislation, participate in political activity, or contribute funds to an entity engaged in these lobbying activities? So that's why I called it, I forget which one.
Inflammatory,
Yeah,
Inflammatory and
just a
something
bit,
else.
yeah.
misleading.
Yes.
We should share this with the towns if they have somebody who doesn't write as well as you. Crazy.
It really is.
Excuse me.
All right, next is previous minutes approval, and it seemed like everybody had looked them over and sent stuff to you.
Yes.
There's my little note.
The only thing that wasn't a typo or grammatical is that Scott did not attend
I
the,
fessed up immediately.
and pretty much everybody caught that, so
Cool,
good job, you all,
you were all careful readers.
yes.
All right, if nobody has anything else, then I'll move the minutes as amended.
So moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I think I moved it, you seconded.
Oh, second.
Yeah.
Sorry. Moving, seconding.
All right, community power rates is done, so I believe, Ken, that brings us to 2026 budget and warrant articles.
Yeah, non-public minutes? Pardon me, are we doing the non-public minutes?
Do we
Is that
have
what we just did?
non-public?
You do have non-public
Oh.
minutes, yes,
Oh.
I forgot. You do have
Thank
it.
you.
Should be in your file, I would just hand
In
it to
this
you.
file, okay.
Okay.
Well, this is old history.
Just one copy then?
I gave one to everybody, so there should be one. I wrote your names on it.
No. At least there's none in
Your
there.
binder by any chance?
Would it be open?
Oh, maybe in here?
Yes.
Oh,
There it is, the very back.
alright, cool, alright, so Ken, I'll
Take
give
mine
you
back.
yours back. Alright. There. Alright,
I only have one comment, which is, do we need to clarify on line 44 what before means? Do we need to put a date on it, or last time we had this discussion, or something, or,
Because it's non-public minutes, you can't really refer back to the
Oh.
non-public session.
Okay.
It's a little
Could,
messy.
you could put previous negotiations or something like that, right?
I could do that.
that would, thank you, that would
Yes.
satisfy, thank you.
Line 44.
44. 44. Thank
alright,
you.
anybody got anything else?
Nope, that was it.
Alright,
Can I strike that on this copy, or do I just give it back to you, Cal?
You're giving all this back to me, so.
yeah, so
Sure.
I'll move the non-public minutes, from November 2025 as amended.
Seconded,
All those in favor, aye?
aye. Right there.
Alright, yes, you did, very good. Alright, here's all the copies back. Robin, thank you for catching that, I'm not sure how you did, but you must have looked in this one,
Oh, I looked at it earlier and I saw it, I was like, wait a minute.
thank you.
I just thought
It seems like
special,
such
yeah.
old news, it's
Yeah.
hard to,
Alright, so once again, I think
Get annoyed all
we're
over
at the budget.
Yeah, there's nothing in the new business folder.
Right,
I actually did mean to put on 5 minutes. So you did get a letter from Greg Quincy about the grant and grant writing.
yep,
And I think we were just gonna briefly discuss it to decide that for that, this budget cycle.
That was about the bridge.
correct,
Bridge.
yeah. And yes, that's my memory, is that we're so far down the budget cycle road that we just don't have the time.
Probably a discussion for June.
So
Mm-hmm.
unless Bennecook Rescue wants to use it.
Well, that's a pedestrian bridge, so.
I know,
Just one other thing.
Yeah.
We got the traffic count, and I didn't print it out for you, but
Oh,
I
okay.
emailed it to you guys. If I didn't, I'll send it to you. There's an email from, Central Hampshire Planning. And
okay,
it basically includes all the towns. If I didn't send it to you, I will.
Yeah, I'd love to see it. I don't remember getting
I
it,
don't,
so,
didn't see that today.
yeah.
It was last week and it was in the middle of something else.
Does it just say was that the only thing that it was, traffic count?
Yeah. And it was from Central Hampshire Planning and it included the towns that they do traffic counts with.
Okay.
Oh, here it is,
The-
2024 traffic count? No,
No, that was.
That was the
town
old one.
traffic count, wasn't it?
The interesting thing about it is, it's the typical spreadsheet this way, it gives you the totals, but it also breaks it down into times for each of the counters.
Oh.
So you can see what time the most people went to the transfer station,
oh,
things
interesting.
like that, so.
Oh, no, that'd be
It might
really
be-
interesting to
I
look at.
didn't, I printed out a copy for myself, but I didn't print it out,
Really?
so I have that, I'll send that to you.
Yes, please.
Cool.
The only other thing was Beth and I
Excuse me, was
attended-
that anything surprising that you saw in there?
Pardon me?
When you looked at the traffic count, was there anything surprising?
No.
Okay.
No.
Sorry,
Interesting. Oh, there is another new item, I'm sorry. That police department grant, we have to include that language,
right, do we have language?
so I have it right here.
do
So the
we have
grant-
the one?
The grant for the speed cameras,
Yep,
the speed camera, when we talked about it before, we didn't have the total amount in there for some reason, or the correct total amount. So this is the grant, application here, and, the amount is from $8,500 to $12,508.75. The traffic data recording device, is, the adjustment is $4,008.75. and the match requirement is $1,336.25. So the town will be paying that $1,300 and the grant will be for the $4,000. So you guys have to vote to accept this.
Okay,
So if you can just word it, say we're voting to accept the amended grant application for the speed camera in the amount of the 12, whatever it was, the two numbers at the top, that I the big numbers up.
yeah, okay. All right, so I will make a motion that we accept the amended grant agreement from fiscal year 2026 in the amount of,
It's up top.
there it is, okay, got it, $8,500 to $12,508.75. The town will be responsible for $1,336.25. And I guess the only thing I'll draw to the board's attention is on page 2 is listed what we'll be purchasing.
Yeah.
So I'll make that in the form of a motion, looking for a second.
I will second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Though I'd be more in favor if I could look at the second sheet. Please.
I'll second.
So this is to purchase the equipment, so we no longer have to borrow it from
Correct.
our surrounding towns.
Correct.
That's great. I've been hearing a lot of traffic concerns from people lately, so this will be good. Okay, got it. Okay,
Thank
you
you.
wanna see this page?
And the only other thing, for new business, well, I guess, I'm not sure if it's new business or old business. Beth and I attended a meeting in Boston today at the county facility with the 3 county commissioners, representatives from the county, town of Boston, and us, and Canterbury Rescue, and discussed, funding and call volume at the county facilities and potential increases. Canterbury Rescue has to go to 2 full-time employees.
Yeah.
So, Boston made a case for at this point, it was described as a 3-legged stool where the town of Boston, Canterbury, and Salisbury contribute for the operating expenses for Canterbury Rescue. And Boston made a case to become a 4-legged stool, with the county being part of that. 50% of the calls in the town of Boston are to the Merrimack County facilities, so.
And their costs are going up substantially
Yeah.
compared to ours.
So the county administrator said that they would discuss this internally with the commissioners, some budget discussions, and come back with some kind of answer. So,
I'm still incredibly impressed with how Sean has the information and his operations at his fingertips to be able to talk to. It probably goes without saying that Pennacook Rescue is a valuable resource to the town that we have to figure out a way to make it work for them.
Yeah.
So now we're on budget and warrant articles.
Yep.
I think the warrant articles, maybe talk about those first before we start getting to the budget too much.
Yep.
Because at the end of the day, the warrant articles will affect the budget.
Right.
So I had sent you a list of potential capital projects.
Yep.
So these would have to be framed in warrant articles. So this is the night that you decide that either you're gonna put these as warrant articles or not, and then bring it to the budget committee next week.
Yep.
So the first one is the highway slide-in water tank for $18,000. And we'll use, highway department and equipment capital reserve funds,
Right.
so there's no tax impact to that. The next one is the highway dump truck, replace T1. So we have $125,000 in the truck cap reserve account, and we could use some money in the cap reserve, the highway equipment cap reserve fund, and then we might have to use some tax dollars.
Yeah.
So,
But that doesn't sound like it would be the bulk of it.
yes, that would, well, we have 125,000, so half of it
It's
in
from something else, yeah.
the truck cap reserve. And then depending on if you go ahead with the water tank, that would depend on how much we have left in the equipment cap reserve.
Yeah.
So,
So with reference to the water tank, my understanding is that's a necessary thing to properly maintain, I guess I'll say, on dirt roads.
yes,
So
the water truck that we have now is no longer usable.
right,
They put calcium in the water tank, to keep the dust down.
Yeah.
And also in a system when they're grading the roads, they put water on it before they grade it,
yeah,
so they can grade it easier.
yeah,
Well, and that was a problem when they were doing the ARPA work, right? When they didn't have the water
Correct.
tank, and
Correct.
then we got the big rain that came after
It
that.
does-
and it-
And it doesn't, the dry soil doesn't compact as well as the wet soil.
Yeah.
So,
I would, that sounds like a more needed, but what happens if we don't, how necessary is it to replace this dump truck? Where is that in the scheme of things that we,
So if you want to go to the CIP sheet,
We're giving you new ones tonight, so.
yeah, we didn't get new ones, but, well, I guess what I'll do is go to the vehicle sheet that talks about vehicles.
right,
right.
I know you sent us that one.
Yeah, yeah. Oops.
Would this be the final CIP worksheet?
Yep, it would be there.
Okay,
Yeah, I've got it.
So under the highway department,
oh, jeez.
T1 is a 2011 international truck. It
Alright,
is the oldest one other than the Sterling, which we decided not to replace.
Yeah.
But it's right now it's in fair to poor condition. We've spent quite a bit of money on it mechanically the past couple of years. It's one of the trucks that we've had issues with the wiring harness and the electrical system of the truck. So I think it was due to be replaced. It was actually due to replace last year in 2025, so it's actually a year past what we had hoped to replace.
Any idea, Ken, what's in the equipment capital reserve?
It's
116,000,
Okay.
is that? I got a ton of paper here.
oh, alrighty,
Oh, okay, you got that?
I think I do.
Alright.
Alright.
Cool.
good,
So even if we took the 18,000,
Right,
we would still have any suggestion on an amount? Cause I think that would give us a better idea.
so if, yeah, as of
can I see that?
As of December, it's, sorry,
31,
I mean, as of September, we had $115,000 in it. In that.
Yeah. So if we took 18,000, we would still have 90.
Yes.
5-ish thousand,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Do we wanna leave some in that? What are you thinking?
So wait a minute, what was that? Can you say that one more time, please? So
So
if
we
we've
have
got-
116,000 in there now.
Mm-hmm.
If we took 18 out of there,
It's about 98,000, right?
so the truck is around 250,000. We haven't gotten an updated price, but that was what the cost of the last one was 2 years ago. But John thought that 250 would cover a new one. So the prices on those trucks haven't gone up that much. So if we used 125,000, so we're down to 125.
Right,
I mean, we could get 100,000 out of there, and that way the tax dollars, we don't have to come up with 25,000.
that's what I'm thinking. I think this is another one of those years where, we unfortunately need to really watch our bottom line. What did the rest of the board think?
And what? We have to watch the bottom line, but we also need the equipment,
Agreed,
so.
yeah,
Well,
So what was that plan one more time? You
so
just,
we used 125 for the truck cap reserve, and 100 from
125 truck cap reserve.
100 from the equipment cap reserve. We only have to come up with 25,000 for tax dollars.
And this is after we still paid for the highway slide and water tank.
Correct.
And that, what does that leave in either of those cap reserves? Anything?
Well, 10,000 in the equipment cap reserve and nothing in the truck cap reserve.
right.
Which is what we saved it for.
Exactly what I was just gonna say.
Those words. So,
For the one, we do have a list if you order it in the right way.
Right. Well, I think I used, what I was looking at the figures was, we have scheduled to put money into those cap reserves
Yep,
in 2026.
right,
So you're scheduled to put 10,000 in the highway equipment cap reserve.
Yep. Yep.
So that would leave us with
20.
20,000.
Oh, all right.
And then the truck, we have 30,000.
okay,
So.
Already budgeted to be
Already
put in
budgeted
there?
to put in.
All right.
So if you wanted to get it down to zero and not use any tax dollars, you could.
yeah,
So, kind of, you guys how you want to do it.
Well, the next truck slated to get replaced would be not in the next 6-year cycle, it's just that truck.
The next truck would be to replace the Sterling with a F-550 would be the next truck to replace. And that was,
Does the Sterling show up on our,
Yeah, I'm not seeing this.
it says water truck loader,
Looking at the wrong sheet.
oh, it's not on here.
No, that's why
Alright.
I wasn't sure, cause it's not showing anything else after 26 for 5 years, so we could run it down and then just.
We
yeah,
could.
cause I
Not
thought
have
we
an
weren't gonna
impact on the
replace the Sterling.
We're gonna, he wants to replace it with a 550, F-550.
Okay,
This one,
No, I have that.
and what would a 550, I assume plow and.
So that was $150,000 last year, or 2
Okay.
years ago.
so replace,
And that included a new spreader, which we have to get a new spreader.
Right, yeah.
and a spreader shed to go with it.
Mhm.
Pardon me?
And a spreader shed to go with it.
I haven't had any replies on
I have some tarps.
anybody, people I've asked to give me a quote on spreader sheds.
Jeez. Can't give your money away. So 550 and a new spreader would cost, I'm sorry, how much?
I think I think he was talking about $10,000. So you're looking at 160,000 for a 550.
Okay. But the Sterling at the moment is doing its part to keep
It
us,
it is still working,
to keep us going while the other truck is getting its,
it is still working.
gas tank repaired, Russ.
Alright, so. I just wanna make sure I'm tracking, so we decided we were going to use capital reserve funds to completely pay for the new dump truck, right?
Yeah, so I have, used deposits from 26 and no
Yep,
tax dollars.
Yep, okay. Alright,
Wait, what was the, what were we calculating then, where only 25,000 of it would come from taxes?
Right.
That's the dump truck, yes?
That was the dump truck, but
Okay.
we decided, but since we're depositing, $30,000 into that fund in 26 anyway, we could use that. So we wouldn't have to use any
Oh,
extra
okay,
tax
Yeah.
dollars, I guess.
yeah,
Got
that way
it.
there's no tax impact.
so there will be then only 5,000 left in the truck cap reserve fund when we're done,
Correct.
correct? Okay,
That's it,
all right, well, that sounds like a good plan then.
yeah.
Because we still, if we've got 20,000 in the equipment, can that be used for emergency, or that's just for saving for
That's
equipment?
for highway equipment, like we bought the zero turn lawnmower with that.
But not for maintenance or anything? Okay,
No.
just wanted to be sure, okay,
The next thing on the list is the highway waste oil burner for $20,000. And we don't have any money set aside for that. And I know there's been discussions on whether we should have it, we shouldn't have it. I did check,
can we have it?
the company, there was discussion at our meeting up at the transfer station, whether they're actually allowed. They
Yeah.
are,
Okay,
they are. The company that had given us a price just did one in Somersworth, the town of Somersworth. And George Holt just, spec'd one out for the town of Bethlehem. So, they are, you can still buy them and install them in New Hampshire.
and I guess the bigger question is always, if we don't have a waste oil burner, what are we doing with the waste oil that we're currently still taking?
Well, right now, we have a, company that picks it up, it's a repair place over in Loudon.
Oh, they still are,
They
okay,
are. The problem is, they could stop at any time,
yeah,
and if we have Clean Harbors come and get it, it's around $10,000.
Which we've had to
So
do,
if two times, then we pay for a waste oil burner.
and how much does that help offset the, I mean, the part of the point of it was to help heat that building. Do we know
It would
what
heat
we're,
the highway garage.
correct, the garage, what are we
No,
currently paying
there's-
to heat the highway
there's-
garage?
Pardon me?
What are we currently paying to heat the highway garage?
We don't separate it out, it's the heat is for the whole building.
Oh.
There's two big propane tanks out front, and they heat the whole building. So we don't have any way of, we don't meter it between departments, there's no meter there.
So we wouldn't know how much it helps until we have it,
Correct,
alright,
correct.
and I guess I wanna make sure that John has a very solid plan to safely and legally transport the waste oil from the transfer station to the garage. That part concerns me, because if
So
we
his-
spill,
His plan was to do the big plastic tanks with the cages around them in the back of one of the F-550s. Transfer pump at the transfer station, and then drive it up to the highway garage, and then a transfer pump into the tank at the waste oil burner. And it would be a, you know, someone would stand there and watch
Yep.
while it pumped. It
they would
wouldn't be,
have to.
it wouldn't be, you get to walk away and leave it.
And I guess there's a legal way to transport oil.
legal enough.
I don't know,
What about a 55-gallon drum?
I would think that would be,
I mean, it's a
yeah,
metal enclosed container, you'd have
Yeah.
to chuck it off the truck to puncture it.
right,
and you could do that. I don't know.
What's the maintenance on one of these burners? I have no experience with them. Are they pretty low key?
So they have triple filters and I mean, you can read up on them and they, they do require maintenance just like any other burner, but nothing extensive like, the old ones, I know they didn't have the good filters on them and now
Yeah.
they've improved them and improved the efficiency in them.
So it'd be like a regular house furnace, they come once a year to clean.
Once a
switch the
year or
furnace,
twice a
with
year to
filters.
clean it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how does it actually go about, I mean, I would have thought I knew this by now, but how does it actually go about heating the building? Is it in the building in like a furnace, or is
Yes.
it outside pumping in?
Yes, it's inside.
It's just right in,
And it's a hot air furnace.
right,
You can buy hot water ones that are like boilers, but this one would be a hot air one where they put it in the furthest bay, cause that's where their oil tank is now, for waste oil for the trucks, they
Gotcha.
change the oils. So they put it over there, and it would just blow warm air across the bays.
I think I will rely on the expertise of the people who deal with things like this more than I, because that all sounds like a big burning thing in the middle of our highway garage with oil. I don't like the sound of, but people use them,
Right,
so far be it for me to say, you're the fire person,
We have a big burning thing right in the back here,
somehow
so.
it's not full of oil that's combusting.
Well, I mean, it's the same as an old oil furnace
Oh,
in your
yeah, I guess
house.
it is,
You know, you
in the
gotta-
back room.
But, I mean, if it, 20K seems like a lot, but if it saves the town a Clean Harbors visit, even every 2 years, you save the money. Plus, we can cut on that propane cost.
Yeah.
We have a place that we can put our used oil. I think it's kind of a win-win for the town.
Yeah.
Except for the big burning part, I would agree. But I'm willing to be
Right
agreed.
now, there's big tubes in the ceiling,
I know.
burn fire, shoot flames right down this tube.
Yeah,
Okay, then, this is better.
yeah,
I don't mean to be such girl about it, but
no,
Now, what can go in that? Like hydraulic, everything? Any oil that you can,
I think there's obviously specifications, but they call that waste or used oil.
so it doesn't change what we can collect at the dump is what I'm getting at.
Correct,
We don't have to
correct.
like segregate it any
Correct.
more than it already is. Okay.
Yeah, cause we don't allow, right now, what they're doing is they collect it on the floor. And then they look at it before they dump it into that tank to make sure it's not antifreeze or something else. So that's, and if there's anything that's suspect, they put it in a separate tank. And then we'll get rid of that through Clean Harbors when we get enough to get them out there.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, it seems like more of a positive than a negative.
no, I think I would agree.
Yeah.
I would agree, no, I think
Yeah.
I would.
yeah,
After thought, I agree, how about that?
yeah, it's just, the transportation part, I wanna make sure that John, I think maybe
Yeah.
he should look at Calvin's suggestion, which I think is a really good one.
And do we have, you say you use a transfer pump, I don't know about those, do we have those things, or do we have to
The
buy one
company
too?
that provides this unit has transfer pumps that you can buy. Then
And
they're not expensive.
like not expensive, $100 or not expensive, like
Oh,
$1,000
I
bucks?
mean, probably $500-600, they're
Okay.
less than $1,000.
Alright, so that we would have to include in the price,
Correct, the
Okay.
$20,000 would, pay for the unit, the installation and a pump.
How many gallons
Okay.
at a time are they generally getting rid of oil? Like, does he?
At the transfer
Yeah, when
station,
they say, hey, we got 500 gallons, it's time to
they
go.
have I think it's a 550 gallon tank, that yellow one that's out there.
Yeah, I think that's what it
The
is.
green yellow one that's out
I
there.
just wonder if there's like a
Yeah.
diesel transfer tank you could get to pump into to transfer it over. Cause if you could transport fuel in it, wouldn't you be able to
Right.
transport waste oil?
Yeah, I would think.
I would
You know,
think.
or maybe we get a
Yeah.
smaller tank at the dump that we can
Yeah,
accommodate that and it's at least a little safer.
Right.
Slides in
Sure.
and out of the truck's a lot easier.
yeah,
Yeah, we can look at options, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay,
and I'm assuming that this all we generate enough waste oil that having this will it's not going to be sitting there idle while we're waiting to collect waste oil.
Oh god, a tractor is 5 gallons.
Hmm.
Just a regular house tractor.
And our guys do the oil changes on our trucks and all of our equipment up there, the highway garage now, so they generate a lot of waste
Okay.
oil. I don't know, I have no idea how much we generate. I'd have to ask the transfer station manager.
so long as it's enough to keep, a $20,000 waste oil burner burning, great.
I would think we're pretty close, maybe not all the time, but
And in the summer? Do we just collect oil and
in the summer
store
we
it?
collect it and store it.
Okay,
So it's a built-in storage tank in that? Can you supplement it like you would like a home
Yes,
oil, you can add multiple tanks to it?
yeah, you can add tanks to it, yeah,
oh, okay,
yeah. It comes with a 100-gallon tank, and what happens is, you have a big storage tank and you pump that into the 100-gallon tank, and then it goes through all the filters.
oh, that's like the, pellet stoves where you've got the 14-ton hopper and
Right.
it just shoots over what you're using for the day, okay.
Alright, so we're all agreed on the waste oil burner then, yes?
I believe, yes,
Okay, Calvin, yes?
Yeah.
Okay,
The fire department replaced rescue one, and that is all capital reserve accounts.
Yep.
They're gonna move the Ford F-250 to the rescue and buy a new command car.
right, and I think Beth, you brought it up, the possibility of passing the old Rescue One down to perhaps
Right.
highway,
Because they lost their pickup truck.
yeah.
I haven't talked to John about that, but
Yeah.
I will.
Yeah,
doesn't sound like me, but I'll take credit for it,
yeah,
yes.
I'm pretty sure it was you, actually.
Oh, good. I would think any vehicle in this town that we can still use.
Exactly.
We've got enough,
I think it's got some life. Not as an emergency vehicle, but,
The next is the printer for the town office. And
Yep.
that is all tax dollars.
yeah, and I think that anyone that's tried to use that printer agrees that we need a new one. So
Yes.
I think, to me, this one is the biggest yes in the bunch, really.
I did look some more into printers
Yep.
today, and I would like to raise it to 3,000, because there's a lot that are like,
raise it or decrease it, cause
I
it
had
says
put
5.
5,000 in there.
oh, you put 5,000,
Yeah.
I was putting 2,500.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Put 5,000,
Yeah.
we can get it.
Yeah.
No, if you were gonna reduce it by, 3, that's, I mean, by,
Maybe we can split it to 4,
4.
4?
Okay.
Make that 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
then that's for
But
all the town.
Yeah, and I think it gets so much use
It
that,
does, it does.
yeah,
If
All
it's
right.
forward, let us get like a color one too.
cool.
And what happens to, we don't get, there's no rebates, recycling, no, what do you do with the old printer? What happens with that? Is it useless to anybody who might wanna spend $500 for it?
That one is,
We could ask our printer repair company if they
Yeah.
know of anybody, like if they feel like they can fix it enough that somebody would buy it from them.
you never know.
Parts printer.
Right.
And then the next one is the transfer station, which this is, I put replace the Packer with a used one for 150,000.
Yep,
So,
would that include the cost as, we had discussed retrofitting the hydraulics with an
that does
electric?
not include that, I think it was 20,000.
20,000 on
Yeah,
top of
That
that.
does not include that.
I think if this is the way we're gonna go, that we should include the cost of the retrofit with that.
So make that
I-
170.
Yes,
Yeah,
I would
because
agree.
as I understand the advantage, the Packer would then not have to idle for,
Right,
whatever the amount of time the transfer station.
Well, that's good in so many ways, one for the truck, two for the whole contingent of town that doesn't like that and never has liked it idling. It's
Right.
gotta help on fuel costs somewhere,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
I would think
and
that's,
hours on the motor, certainly.
Yeah.
yeah,
So, and, my memory is when we looked at other options, if we went with a standalone compactor, how would we transport material then?
we would have to either contract with an outside agency,
Right.
whether another town or a private hauler, or we'd have to buy a truck ourselves.
but that still came with, I mean, going that way came with the whole, the building down there and how do you get especially with,
I think we'll talk about that a little bit when we go into the capital reserve account,
okay.
deposits.
Okay,
I would say with the amount, that poor truck up there and everything else, that's a pretty, it is a lot of money, but I think that is money well spent for that facility. If we're
How
gonna
old is that
continue to
truck?
use it.
Did we buy that brand new?
We did.
I think it's
20-something.
6 years old.
8 years old, somewhere in there, it's old.
So $4,000 a year.
1999,
Oh,
Yeah, so 20,
and we bought it for $70,000.
Yeah, it owes us
Really?
nothing.
right, agreed.
Wow.
And, you know, if you think about it, idling, you know, day after day after day, that's a lot of hours on a motor.
And we put, just this year, well, 2025, we put about $10,000 into it,
Yeah,
so keep it running.
yeah, and I think the.
And it needs more work. The hopper in the back is
Yep.
all rusted out. It's
Yeah.
been plated once, and it's rusted again, so it has to get plated.
Yeah.
There's a check engine light on it. John said the turbo is making funny noises.
That's good.
How quick can you get one of these if it's approved? If you're gonna order them like a fire truck, is there a delay? or-
No, so 150 or the 170 will buy us a used one. And they're for sale all over. It's just finding one that fits our needs and is the correct price and we can get it.
Yeah.
There was two down at Legion Truck in Manchester this last fall, and one was 126,000 and can't remember the other one was around there. I found several online at, used equipment auctions. And, I mean, one was a 2021 for $130,000, so, and it was in good shape, so.
Yep.
Apparently, John was saying that apparently a lot of monucipaalities are going to the trucks with the,
Oh, the
automatic, the
alarms, yeah.
robotic arm on it to
Yeah.
use, pick up trash, so they're not using the rear
oh,
dump ones, so.
Yeah.
They're selling them.
And our contract with Wheelabrator is good until when, do you remember?
We have 5 years left
That's
on
what
that
I thought,
contract.
yeah,
It's
So-
a 7-year contract and it's 2 years old now.
yeah,
so the whole conversation about what else to do could easily take that
yeah.
long.
that's it, good. Alright, so
Um,
what would that be then, Ken, 170,000?
170.
Yeah.
So that would be all tax dollars.
Yeah.
We would raise that by tax dollars.
Yep. So that'll
Um,
sure be a,
You could ask to bond that amount.
Yep.
But you'd have to wait until. Well, I don't know that we could do it in 26. Because we have to have public hearings on any bond over $100,000.
Yep.
And I think we're out of time,
okay,
so we'd have to raise that.
Yep.
Bonding it.
Yeah, that tax impact would be very, very minimal, wouldn't it? $170,000.
170, well, I mean, you're looking at 170 plus 20 for the waste oil burner, 4 for the, so you're looking at, you know, 200 and something $1,000.
yeah, roughly 200,000.
I think if it's money that needs to be spent and on equipment that will be well used, and we've managed to have funds saved and be able to do the first two with no tax impact, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
Feels pretty good anyway, and
I mean,
the
these
fire
are-
department,
I think we've been we didn't establish a cap reserve account for this.
Right.
Because we didn't know what was gonna happen with Wheelabrator. So it's kind of been keeping our fingers crossed and so far it's worked out for us.
Yeah, I mean, it's an essential piece of equipment to keep the town functioning,
It is,
you know?
it is.
so we can't use any of the equipment cap reserve towards that?
Could,
At the rate we break stuff, I think I'd,
but
Yeah,
I think we'd be better off
having that
not
buffer,
having something in there for next
yeah,
year.
yeah.
So moving on to the,
Excuse me.
what we deposit in cap reserves.
Yep,
Excuse me.
So for the highway equipment, we do 10,000, the truck we do 30,000. The loader, we do 30,000, which, balance as of September or October first was 188,000. And we're looking at buying a new loader next year. We spent
Yeah.
$15,000 on it. We just got it back today, so it's good for at least another year or two,
Yeah,
is what John was hoping.
John wanted two, didn't he? Yeah.
So,
What's a new loader cost?
250 is what he
Alright,
thought we should put aside, have put
Yep,
aside. So
yep.
we'll be very close.
Yeah.
If we wait a couple
yeah,
of years.
okay,
But wouldn't other decisions we make regarding salt sheds, et cetera, determine we could potentially get a smaller loader for less money, maybe? Or reallocate the money for salt sheds or something else?
Yep. Yep.
yeah,
So the next was the rescue truck, which we've been putting $12,000 away. We have 178 in there, we're gonna use 100 of it this year. I think we could probably reduce that amount if we're gonna continue with a pickup truck instead of a heavy rescue.
right.
So we could reduce that.
Reduce the 12,000?
I think we should. First of all, I think that the pickup truck is gonna prove to be a really good, way to deliver EMS services in this town. I think that, it's gonna save this town a lot of money. So I think moving forward, we can certainly reduce that.
We'd have to look at what the expected lifespan of that pickup truck would be,
Yep,
because we're taking a 4-year-old or 5-year-old pickup truck now, putting it in there.
right,
So the lifespan on that is gonna be a little less.
yeah,
What is
It's
it,
not
just
gonna be a 20-year truck, it might be a 10-year truck.
yeah.
So if we put,
That's a F-150?
No, it's a
250.
250, okay.
cause I'm assuming you run a 3/4 ton with cargo boxes or metal
Correct.
toolboxes
That is
on it.
correct, right. Yep,
So what are you suggesting that we do instead of 12?
so,
Figure
let's
a new
see.
250 costs 80 grand.
yeah, probably by the
It
time
was a-
you're,
It was a 2021, yeah, what we have now is a 2021,
yeah,
so it'll be 5 years old.
yeah.
If we put 10,000 a year,
I was thinking
10
8,000,
years.
so we're in the neighborhood,
you know,
yeah,
I mean, we could do 8,000, and then if we have to bump it up, if it looks like we're gonna need one sooner, we could bump it up a little bit in a few years,
yeah,
so make that 8.
yeah. That sound acceptable? 8?
Yeah.
Does the warrant need to be with a specific amount, or can we do like a,
Yes.
Yeah, it has
not
to,
like up to 10?
no,
No, alright. Yeah, if it's changeable and it turns out that we need it, and if we're not, so would that affect this year? So the 2026 deposit wouldn't be
Correct.
12, it would be 8?
8,
right,
There's your printer.
Well, what's the balance? What would be in that account after we purchase?
well, it's, well, we have 178 in there, or probably 180 right now,
yeah,
and we're gonna take 100 out,
So you'd
so
have
we'll
80,
still have 80,000 in there.
then 5 years at 8 grand, that's 120 grand, that should
Yeah.
keep on pace for
I
a
would-
3/4 ton truck in
I would
5
hope
years.
so.
Yep.
I would hope so. Well, and it would be radios and,
right,
you know, all the equipment that goes with
Yeah.
it, that, you know, the cab and all that stuff, so.
Cause you can't transfer that, like, I'm assuming there's an equipment, it's good for 4
Well,
to
by
5
that
years, and
time,
it has
yeah.
to upgrade or something.
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't,
I
yeah,
would think so too.
radios, whatnot.
You might, yeah, I think you're better
radios
off to say,
certainly,
let's put a little extra in there and then.
yeah,
Yeah, cause I think 8 grand, even if we had to up it in a couple of years, 8 grand should be definitely sufficient now.
yeah.
And things like radios, what was the radio grant we got this year?
So
Was that for the
that was-
radios that would be for this or for?
No, well,
Could it be?
they were to replace the portable radios.
The portable ones.
And the mobile radios and the fire trucks,
Yeah.
to upgrade them and to extend the antenna at the, building.
Right, at the municipal.
But in whatever number of years when we need to, get the truck that we're talking about now, could there be a grant to outfit it?
Hopefully,
Hopefully.
I mean, really, that's.
Possibly.
yeah,
Yeah,
there's no way
Okay.
of predicting,
Okay,
but grants you know, grants are ubiquitous, so.
The building maintenance, we've been funding it at 5,000, we've spent quite a bit of money out of it. I think I talked earlier about putting 10,000 in it this year to get it back up to where it should be.
Yeah.
Cause we had to replace the lights at the garage,
Yeah.
which those lights ended up not costing us anything in a full amount. Unitil funded they funded $6,000 of it, which is about half. And the other is being funded at 0% interest on our electric bill. So we're gonna be paying $223 more a month until we pay off that
Right.
money that's owed.
Perfect.
So, we didn't have to take that money out of the building
Yeah.
fund.
Good.
But we have taken money out of it.
But Bill, we had the whole thing with the air conditioning and the water and the, everything that all came out of the building maintenance fund, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, the septic pumps.
Oh, that's
and,
right, the septic pumps.
yeah, the septic pumps and the heating system, and we're replacing one of the heaters up at the highway, at the fire station right now for $2,000, so.
Yeah, and that building is of an age where.
Yeah, yeah.
20 years old.
Expenses, yeah.
So if we're going to make the rescue truck deposit down to 8 from 12, you're suggesting we do building maintenance from 5 to 10?
10.
Sorry, Cal, there goes your printer.
Okay.
I mean, no cost printer.
Uh,
That makes sense.
The other things that you should think about for the cap reserve account deposits would be the salt shed, which we talked about, and I had given you prices on salt sheds.
Yep,
So do you wanna
I think we
start
should.
start a cap reserve account for a salt shed?
Yep.
And make a deposit?
Seems like
Yep.
such a common thing to have to save money for, but boy, I tell you, driving down to Connecticut over Christmas, all I could see were salt sheds. I drew like 5 of them.
Yeah,
And the ones that I found recently, Woodstock was 240,000, but that was a big one, that was 100 by 38.
There was one that,
Raymond was 67,000, that's no site work or electric. And that was a 22 by 40. Sandown did one in 2022. The site work was 20,000, the building was 118,000, and that didn't include electrical. That was a 50 by 62. We currently have a 60 by 40.
Yeah.
So I would think you're gonna be in the $150,000 range to replace something similar to what we have now in size anyway. And those are those fabric 20-year lifespan, 20-year warranty lifespan of those fabric ones.
yeah,
and this is assuming that the salt shed goes basically where the one is now.
Yes, but unless you decide you wanna put it somewhere else.
right.
In 20 years, maybe.
So what do you think you want to start with a deposit for?
And what was the one comparable to us was
Is that 150?
150?
It's the.
Right,
The Sandown one was 50 by 62, and it was 118 plus 20 and no electrical. So I figured 150,000. So, I mean, that's, that's a real ballpark, and I don't know what the price would be in 5 years from now or whatever, but.
Right, as always.
well, as you say, this is part of the bigger, what are we doing at the transfer station conversation?
That's the next thing on the list.
I mean, if we put the loader off for a year, or to the end of the year, that'll buy us some time to figure out more what we're gonna do with that, and then we could we'd get a better understanding of the cost of the loader.
And I will say, the salt shed it's not like it's gonna, well,
Yeah, Just-
I can't say it's not gonna fall
Right,
down,
we've all seen
but-
the salt shed.
2026 has already been a little dramatic.
but,
Yeah.
it's, I don't wanna curse something by saying, well, it's not gonna fall down tomorrow, but.
Yeah, we've gotta
But
be
it is,
honest
it is
about-
not in critical condition.
Well, and if worse comes to worse, if the salt shed falls down, we can still have a salt pile and somehow
We can,
Tarp
we
it.
can.
take care of it for,
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
the big thing is.
not as bad as losing a truck.
You don't want the weather getting on the salt.
No,
'cause it
no, no.
degrades it and- yeah,
In reality, you're looking at what, 12 to 24 months you'd wanna move on this and get it done.
Right.
And I guess the schedule, the CIP schedule next year doesn't look
We did-
egregious. I don't think there's any big,
And we did not put a salt shed in the CIP.
no, but I mean, the replacements.
Oh, as far as replacements,
I don't
for
think-
26 or
Or 27,
27?
I think is a light year.
27 is the
27,
loader, isn't it?
I thought
yeah,
26
we
was
got the
a loader.
loader,
I think we put it off to 2027.
we
Okay,
got the loader in 27.
I know,
We have obviously deposits to cap reserves, which
Yeah,
the
loader's
fire truck, we're gonna
2027.
bump up to 50,000, we're gonna start the fire truck at 50,000. And then, we have our regular deposits at 138,000. So we're looking at around $500,000 of expenses in 27. But again, that loader is 250,000 of that,
Right.
so half of it, so we're looking at 250, for capital expenses in 27.
or in 28, it's projected at 238, so you could
Correct.
almost recoup
Correct.
that in 28.
Yep,
Save this year and next year and then do the
Right.
rest in 28.
right,
So
If
what are
the
we,
shed lasts
yeah,
that long.
what are we thinking for an amount then for this year, I guess, let's just start there.
so if we're planning on doing it in 28,
a salt shed,
yeah,
well, I think the goal has been on big expenditures that have tried to have half,
Right,
if you can.
to have half saved,
75K.
Yeah.
Yeah. But again, we're gonna put the fire truck on here this year in 26 for 50,000.
that is correct.
well, that's not fun math.
No, it's not.
No, it's never fun.
So it's like, if we wanted to do it in 28, we'd have to put like 25,000 in a cap reserve now.
Mhm.
And the cap, and I know the answer to this, but I feel compelled to ask it anyway. It would be specific to the salt shed.
Yes, absolutely.
Ooh. Does this, I also feel compelled to ask this, because the salt shed was one part of the transfer station conversation, the rest of it, which was recycling storage. So when the sand isn't in the salt shed, being able to put recyclables in there.
Well, that's
But-
what they use the current one for.
Right.
And the discussion at the transfer station, when we all met up there, was to not do that.
Right,
Was to have containers or
Right,
But-
tractor trailer bodies or something like that,
But-
sufficient for storage.
yes, I guess what I'm trying to get as, we need to start saving for those two.
Well, this is the next discussion of the transfer station and the Aries report. And do we wanna start putting money away for compactor, compactor bodies, maybe a roll-off truck? what direction are we gonna
Right.
head? But we're probably gonna have to do something at some point, because we think that Wheelabrator will close at some
Well,
point.
that's, right,
So whether this is a 10-year or a 15-year or 20-year plan, uh, looking back at the Aries report, none of it was cheap.
No,
exactly.
If we put 25 away, can we focus energies next year on a better long-term plan for the dump?
Well, I think that's what you guys had talked about the last time around,
Yeah.
was, with the Aries report, was that you wanted to establish it, or we have a cap reserve account right now, for a transfer station upgrade. Do you want to put more than $1,000 in it this year to try and start putting some money away towards a true upgrade?
well, I guess that's, maybe that's the other side of what I was asking. Do we need to put the 25,000 in a dedicated salt shed cap reserve, or can it go in transfer station upgrade? And is a new salt shed considered an upgrade to that facility or not?
It'd be too easy to take it and use it for something else.
I don't know. I think that would be,
But whatever breaks first up there, could we? But that would,
But I think the issue is.
I wouldn't wanna make it dicey, I'm just curious.
I would hesitate to try and fold it all into one. I think you, being a little more specific, you would be able to explain it to the residents to say, our salt shed was built in
yeah,
1972. It's, anybody that goes to the transfer station knows what it looks like. And salt is corrosive, and it is doing a number on the building, and it is gonna have to be replaced at some point in the near future. And we want to put money away to be able to replace it at some point. And then have the whole discussion about a transfer station upgrade, as far as the equipment, the baler versus a packer truck, those types of things. I think keeping those discussions separate would be probably easier for the resident to understand.
well, it also makes accounting a bit easier
It
too,
does,
doesn't it?
yeah.
So
Well,
that's
The salt
fine.
shed really isn't part of the transfer station.
It's on the property, but
Right.
it's not,
Yeah.
it's being used by the transfer station now in the summer when there's no salt in it. But the thought is to try and get away from that.
So it seems like salt shed and storage for recyclables comes before the bigger discussion of the compactor, though the compactor certainly, or the, a lot more expensive. Seems
Well,
like,
the Packer truck buys us 3 to 5 years.
Right.
but 3 to 5 years of not
in-
needing to use it,
anyway.
we need to start saving for
I
it,
mean-
No, we do, but I mean, like,
If
not as much.
I guess the compactor, I look at the compactor saying, okay, it could buy us 10 years if Wheelabrator stays in business.
Yeah.
Which is,
So,
yeah,
particularly if we do the electric hydraulic on it.
right,
Oh, you mean the new
this one's-
Packer truck?
yeah,
yeah, that
Oh.
buys
Yeah,
us time
yeah.
to not have to.
So you
jump
wouldn't
in.
have to make a decision, you wouldn't have to fund a big compactor and roll-off dumpsters and maybe a roll-off truck or something like that. Maybe 10 years if Wheelabrator stays in business.
But when do we need to start saving for that?
Well, that's what you need to,
Yeah,
that's where you need to go.
I mean, we're still looking at saving for a
Yeah,
salt
this is
shed,
right.
storage, and,
Yeah, we just gotta determine priorities of work.
Yeah.
What's our first goal? Is it the salt shed? Is it storage?
right. I think, given the fact that it might fall down, the salt shed should be our priority. Why
Yeah,
don't we,
because we do have storage up there for recyclables.
correct,
It's not,
it's not critical.
so why don't we concentrate on the salt shed right now? And then we can discuss and roll it into a larger transfer station discussion, storage for recyclables, cause that is part of the transfer station.
So do you think 25,000 is an acceptable number? Is that too much?
From the prices you've been getting, it doesn't sound like too much, if we wanna try and save half of it in
Yeah,
3
That-
years,
That'd be 3 years, yeah.
I think that's our number.
alright?
okay,
We don't have to like it, but I'm, you know,
right, well, no, and again, I mean, this is what you're gonna bring to the budget committee next week,
right,
and then to the town, at town meeting.
right,
And this is all, food for discussion.
exactly.
So at what point, are we going to continue the discussion about, storage and compactors and blah, 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 the rest of the transfer station issue? Which though we can't resolve it, we need to start figuring out when we're gonna start saving for it.
So I thought you wanted to try and say, okay, in 2026, the Board of Selectmen is gonna make a decision on how to move forward.
Okay,
Come up with a plan, and then come
the
up with a plan to fund it.
2027 will start funding
Start
it,
funding it,
okay,
would be the thought.
okay,
And
I
if
just
you
wanna
buy a
make sure
Packer
that
truck-
that's-
If you buy a Packer truck in 26, that gives you cushion to come up with a 5 or 10
Right,
year
Yeah.
there's a
plan.
lot of breathing room.
okay, no, I'm good with that.
If the Packer truck is shot down, that compresses some time on that.
Right.
And I think that's how you explain it at town meeting. Spending $150,000 now gives the town time to come up with a long-term plan, a real long-term plan.
A realistic long-term,
A realistic long-term plan.
yes,
Yeah,
okay, no, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure that that was my understanding,
okay,
alright,
alright,
What else?
that's it for capital projects.
Okay,
We are, what do you got?
1,000 still in the building line.
Yeah, I mean, we've been putting 1,000 in landfill closure. It's one of those things that we just do it. It's kind of a drop in the bucket, but it's
Right.
something to say, yep, we're still doing something.
yeah,
I mean, I think it's probably a good idea, because if the state comes and says, well, you guys haven't funded it.
Right.
And I think it gives us a little bit of leeway with that, so.
what's in there now?
That's the
Can
last
we-
one, right?
Yeah, that's in this chart.
Cal, can you see, does it have, I can't, I've just lost the ability to slide here, what we have in the landfill cap
Oh, what
fund
we
now?
have in it?
Yeah, why does this suddenly stop working? There we go,
Right now it's 160,000. 166,4433 as of November 30th,
okay.
Yeah.
right?
How do you keep track of all this?
Listen,
I can never find the piece of paper I want when I find it.
I don't either, I just dig.
There you go. Okay, I have this piece of paper, just not in my hand, thank you.
I mean, in the upgrade cap reserve, we have $1,000 in there, $1,200. So, cause we spent 6,000 on the.
On the report.
Aries
Yeah.
report. The only other thing that is outstanding is the security cameras at the municipal building, are 10 years old. And the last company that we had come in and look at them said they should be replaced at 10 years. We had an estimate of $35,000 to replace those cameras.
How's that?
And replacing all the cameras there, add 2 other cameras, and upgrade the camera in the booking room to audio. I think that's the Cadillac plan. I've got two more companies coming in. The company that installed the current system is coming in on Thursday, and the company that installed the system at the town office is coming in on Wednesday. So we're gonna see what they have. It's not, what they have up there works now, it's not the best system in the world.
Yeah.
So, it does work, and they can record audio, but they have to manually switch from camera to camera. So they have to have somebody really basically running the camera, and then somebody in the booking room.
Yeah.
So the chief would like to have that, so it's automatic on all the time, so they don't have to worry about it.
alright, so that'll be a potential then for,
I'm looking at probably 2027, And the last one we got was through, we did get a grant for half of the cost of it.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
and those grants are still available. We're using, it's a emergency management grant, and we're using that grant to fund the emergency operations plan that the fire department's doing.
Okay, good.
Could any of that potential money from the potential new police equipment fund be used for that, or is it only, you could only use that for cars and radios?
I don't know, because it's part of the building,
Right.
because infrastructure, I'm not sure.
Okay,
We'd have to look at that.
okay.
We'd have to look at that.
I mean, the money that they're getting for the details,
Yeah,
that new fund?
probably
Yeah.
not.
Oh, right, cause the wording in the warrant article.
Okay.
Yeah,
So it has to be related to the safety.
right.
Trying to save a buck.
Good thought, though,
Yeah.
good thought.
Absolutely.
Try.
Hey, you saved us on the fireworks.
Right.
My contribution.
All right, what else on the budget?
Okay, so now I think you have a budget that was included in your paperwork.
Put it in your binders.
Thank you.
It's already in our binders, wow.
So this budget has updated numbers as far as healthcare,
Oh, okay.
and it has updated expenses from 2025.
Some of the offsets.
I guess I'll use my paper copy so I know that I'm in warrant.
Okay.
Alright, so this is 2024.
Is your binder in your office?
Pardon me?
Is your binder in your office?
Yeah,
Okay, then
of
I'll,
course it is.
next time I'll just go and.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I'll probably be in at some point tomorrow, so.
I'll be very.
One of the things that was included in your paperwork, that's in your binder, and I apologize, is Mary did this grants received.
Yep.
So you can see what we used, what we got from grants, from cap reserve revenue offsets, from other revenue offsets, and then, sale of town properties on the back, with 2025 ARPA usage, and then the SB 401 highway grant usage. So there's a lot of money in here that, shows what the town actually got from, grants and basically revenue.
Mhm.
The fire department got $10,000 for hoses.
Great.
There was $7,500 in the New Hampshire HOP grant. That was for the planning board using Central Hampshire Planning for a bunch of things.
Yeah.
You can see when we did building maintenance, we had the water softener, we had some door locks, we had the roof over the library side door, the block heater for the generator up at the municipal building, the septic pumps. So we used a lot of those. And then we had some revenue offsets where the weatherization of the library, we got some money back. We sold tasers to the town of Loudon for $1,500.
Cool.
you know, there's a few of those, and then on the back, we sold 2 pieces of property. And then we also, the ARPA money, and that shows we
Yeah.
spent $257,000 in ARPA money, almost $258,000 in ARPA money for the dirt roads.
Yeah, just great.
And then we've also, the SB 401, which was extra money that the state gave us. We've spent $107,000 out of that, we still have 62,000 there. And we use that for, repairs to vehicles.
Which is much needed.
Yes.
Do we have a cost yet on what it is to get the other, the truck that, we lost during the ice storm? To get that repaired?
No, we have to have an appraiser come and look at it.
Oh,
What happened?
During the ice storm on Monday, a FedEx truck slid off into the snowbank on Asby Road, going down the hill. And one of our trucks came down and was sanding, and he slid, ended up sliding into the FedEx truck. And, damaged a saddle tank on the town truck, and actually put a hole in it. But the fire department was able to apply a wax, something to it to keep it from leaking, so they were able to drive it back.
oh, good.
Rearview mirror, which the heated mirrors on it, and the saddle tank, and all the hangers and stuff for it. So we contacted the Primex, and they're gonna send an appraisal. Anything over $2,500, they have to have it appraised, so. It's gonna be close to that $2,500 mark, just because of the heated mirrors. I think that's gonna put it over, so.
Hmm.
But I will say, I mean, there was no injuries. For the amount of hours and miles and in the inclement weather that those trucks use, we have been very lucky. You know, this is one of those things that happens, and compared to other municipalities and things that happen in other places, that I think we've been very, very lucky, and I think we're fine.
Well, and on that particular day, everybody was sliding off the road. Whatever,
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those
Yeah.
things, and, you know, but I think, again, given the amount of hours that those trucks put on and the weather that they get used the most in, and the infrequent amount of accidents that we have, I think we do really, really well.
so that, SB 401 grant can be used eventually when we have to repair that truck?
It could be,
Okay.
yes. Well, we're hoping the insurance will.
Oh,
take care of
yeah,
it.
first,
But we have $1,000 deductible, so.
okay.
Alright, so, again, you have the budget, the operating budget in front of you. Not a lot we haven't changed a lot in here other than the healthcare.
Excuse me.
So I guess probably a way to start is to go to the bottom line
All
of
the way
the
in the front.
subtotal, page 13 and 14, subtotal of all department expenses.
It says town report, but it's actually the budget.
Gotcha. 13, Tim,
Page 13 and 14.
thank you.
So it looks like the total operating expenses proposed are $3,722,717, an increase of $237,000 over last year, 6.8%.
Alright,
I think maybe, since this is your first look at the total since we talked the last time with the budget committee,
Yep.
it might be a good idea for you guys to look at it, take some time. And, I don't know that tonight you should take a couple minutes, go through it really quick. If you see something that stands out at you, we can talk about it. But I think,
Yep.
look at it, we'll get it out to the budget committee, and maybe come to the budget committee meeting next week with some ideas for either reductions or something.
Yep.
Is there anything, you usually have places that you wanna call our attention to before we start wandering through the budget? Is there anything that you wanna point out to us?
Everything that Ken's brought up in the highlights has been put into the budget notes,
Oh, okay.
which is also in reminders.
Okay.
So if you start using that,
Three elections.
Another one of those years.
also, we've already got a correction on the, page 13 and 14 where it shows you the totals, so the total all department expense. It currently says 113,000 for the offset.
Yep.
I forgot to put the ARPA and SB 401 stuff in, so it's actually 418,000.
Where are we looking, Cal, please? What line?
Subtotal all department expense.
Oh, yeah, yep.
What was the total?
It says 115, it
Yep.
should be 418.
418.
And I think that's gonna be important this year because it looks like
Right.
the budget was overspent.
So not 115, 418.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right, cause if you look to the left of that, Beth,
yeah,
the approved budget was 485, 250.
yeah,
And the actual expenses was 554, or 544, 580.
yeah,
So it looks like we overspent the budget, but actually we didn't.
okay, cause we've got that offset.
Yeah.
So that, I'm sorry, Cal, you said that includes the ARPA and the
And that
The
SB
SB.
401.
yeah.
I also haven't put in the healthcare stuff. There's a lot of offsets that we haven't included,
Okay,
but those are the biggest ones.
and that's nice. Be able to increase the offset line. We'll take it.
So what are we using for, did we figure out the police wages, the steps? Like, what are we including for those numbers in this? That's,
This has the proposed wages from police and proposed wages from library.
Okay.
So it's only going down from here if you
Okay.
decide you don't want to accept those proposals.
Okay,
I think those are the two lines that you might wanna concentrate on. Those are those two departments that you should look at and concentrate on.
yeah, thank you.
are we gonna talk about those at budget, or are we talking about it here tonight?
You can talk about it tonight. I mean, this is, I just didn't want you guys to say, let's go line by line. I think, let's look at some big numbers here.
Yeah.
And spend a little bit of time on that, and maybe then bring it home and go through it and say, okay, well,
So when you say that this includes the proposed library wages, do you mean the wages that they proposed or the
Yes.
wages,
Yes.
not the wages we proposed back to them?
correct.
Okay.
And actually, I'm gonna keep correcting everyone, we did not propose wages back to them.
Correct,
Yeah, the
you
budget.
are correct,
Or the number.
the number. A very good point to remember.
I think it's gonna become important in town meeting.
Yeah, I think you're right, okay. Alright, now I need to get back to Excuse me.
Well, and if you do go to the library budget, they did overspend their wage line by over $20,000, and they overspent their bottom line, the tax line, by $20,000.
What page is that, please?
Their,
11.
page 11.
I just got there, yes.
Their bottom line was 257,971, and that's the library expenses, not the trust. And they spent 277. That was because they spent 20,000 extra on wages.
So I thought when we met with their board, they said they had underspent their budget.
They had underspent their trust fund budget by $10,000.
Well, that's a subtle
This
distinction.
this could be before Mary's done the corrections, cause if you look at the year-to-date spend for wages, it's $0. That still won't fully correct it,
Oh, yeah, okay.
but, so that,
Is that 4550.39?
yes,
Okay,
so that will go up to 9,000.
Right.
And
So that'll, right,
455.1 will go down 9,000,
right.
I gotcha,
so it'll still be overspent, but it'll be.
Not by 20,000,
right,
But
Yes.
more like
10,000.
10.
okay.
So what you just said, and you said, I got you, I didn't get you. So could you say that again, please?
So on line 4550.39.
Yeah,
Where it says $0 next to the 9,000,
yes.
it should say 9,000 instead of $0.
So the, that's in the 2025 year-to-date column?
Yes.
Okay, 9,000.
And
Okay,
on 4550.1.
Yeah.
Where it says
You
176,000,
could
Yeah.
subtract 9,000 from that.
okay.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Alright, so the 2026 budget then, where it says 310,756. I'm trying to remember our discussion, wasn't?
265.
You said 265, yeah.
Right. Although I thought we, and that's why I'm sort of, I thought we had talked about 265, but at that point, they
You
didn't,
didn't know
Not
what the
with,
healthcare
not including
cost-
the healthcare.
And
right,
you can see the healthcare cost is $89,000,
yeah,
so. If you took that 89,000 out of there, they come in under that 265.
exactly.
and 2,600 of the overspend was health insurance, which would have been due to the school
The
care.
cost of
and
school
Yeah.
care,
Yeah,
So how come it's going up 35,000 for healthcare? Because they added,
They added somebody else in.
okay,
Because
Right.
somebody who was taking the buyout decided to not take the buyout this year.
okay.
oh,
So,
okay,
so it was a person now, okay.
Yeah, so it's not that it's not that somebody went full-time, that's what happened last year, is
Yeah.
that it went from 2 eligible to 3 eligible.
Right.
Okay,
This year it went from 3 eligible to 3 eligible, it's just all 3 of them decided to
to use it,
use it.
okay. So in terms of the library, we're just gonna echo the budget committee in 265 plus the healthcare.
well, I
That's
guess
what
if
we did
that's,
say,
yeah, that is what we said,
yeah.
so really, they're there then, right?
Right, right.
Okay. Yeah. I guess, do we need to talk to the library? Just to advise them that, you know,
I mean, we can, I can send a note to Rick Crockford and say, we got the final numbers for healthcare and this is
Yeah.
what it is.
yeah,
So as far as your proposed budget, it works
Right.
from what the budget committee said.
right,
And I was gonna try to go to the trustees meeting on Monday if I can squeeze it in, I've never been to one and I
Yeah.
kinda wanna know how they
Sure.
go about determining their budget.
Yeah, yeah, but I would suggest sending
Yeah.
that to Rick and. Trying to, be transparent and honestly,
So 260, and their healthcare is what? It was
89,000,
89.
And that's with our updated new insurance,
Correct.
okay.
right, that's what, which is
Oh.
what we didn't have.
Right.
So as you
when
say,
we
that's
met with them.
354 and they're,
Yeah, they're under the 365, or the, yeah,
265.
265, excuse me, 265. Alright,
The only thing I would suggest is that it would be made very clear to them that they are the ones that said next year, they're gonna do a COLA and that's it,
yes, they did,
and that you're gonna hold them to it.
right, Yeah.
I mean, that's, but I think that would,
yeah,
I mean, you just see how big of an impact one person getting health insurance is, when it's $35,000.
yep. Yeah, it certainly is. Alright,
so just so I make sure I understand here. So the amount that we proposed, when we last spoke to them, plus the new health insurance numbers that we now know are accurate, come into the amount that they were proposing anyway. Actually even a little less,
correct,
correct.
okay,
you're absolutely right,
interesting.
yeah. Alright, and Ken, just a question for me, looking at the police department, we've removed the new cruiser, right?
Yes,
I thought we had,
yeah.
and I don't think there was anything else.
You can send me questions too.
Yeah,
And if you want me to, like, do a recalculation, if you're like, here's the scenario with like a bunch of new numbers
Yeah.
and you want me to recalculate it, I can.
yeah, I mean,
I just have a question about the police, and I know I'm the elephant in the room who keeps kinda harping on it. The numbers with the percentages and the steps and all that, I'm okay with the step program, I just think we need to do our due diligence and really look at the comparables and how we wanna institute a step program. That's my only hiccup, I guess. As much research as I've done and looked at other departments, comparable towns, etc., we're pretty close to on par with everybody, if not exceeding it in certain places. I guess for me, long-term with the police, I kinda wanna see what direction does the police department see itself going? How do they envision the future? How many officers are we planning for on this step program? That kind of stuff before we start. I think it was 2.5% every 3 years plus COLA. Can we do 1.5% with a 1% based on performance? Like, I just think that this step program needs to be further developed before we just stamp it with approval and move on.
so I would certainly say keep being the elephant in the room, that's kinda your job.
Well, I
It
just
really
like,
is.
I don't wanna seem like I'm trying to not put money in people's pockets, but if, for instance, this year, if we didn't implement a step, could we give them 4.5% instead of 3.5, like, or whatever, can we give them a little bump while we do our due diligence on the step program, sort of find a direction, get better stats? Like, for instance, I pulled up the town of New Hampton today, and I looked at their town reports, and they
Yep.
have categorized every call,
Yep.
like, I wanna see more
Yeah.
information before I start.
So here's a suggestion, is put those ideas down in writing, in the form of an email. Send them to Cal and ask Cal to calculate what effect that would have on their budget and ultimately the town's budget. Because as I look at this, I see a 6.8% tax increase when our stated goal is 4%.
Right.
So we've gotta do some cutting. If we're gonna make that 4%.
Like I said, I don't wanna do it at the expense of someone's livelihood, but I just think we need to develop that a little bit more than
Right.
a one-page.
I don't
You know,
Well, it's
disagree.
not the expense of
Yeah.
somebody's livelihood if it's realistic.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's a realistic number, then,
Right, it sounds like you've done some homework already. Cal, if Calvin sends you some stuff, can you then individually share it without violating?
Yes, so if any of you individually send stuff to me,
Yeah.
I'll do all my calculations and I'll send it out to everybody.
Okay,
Because you should all be.
as long
working
as
with the same
we don't
information.
communicate
Just
with
don't
each other.
communicate with
Right.
Okay,
Yeah, it's basically scenario A, scenario B, scenario C.
Yeah,
And that's just providing information, there's no
Yep.
violation there.
okay,
Yeah, and
Alright.
I'll be bringing those, like I'll provide them to the budget committee too, so
Yeah.
it'll even be discussed in a public meeting.
yeah, so I would certainly encourage you to do that.
Yeah, cause I mean, I wanna stay in line with the vision of the town, what can we afford, how
Yeah.
do we stay in pace? You don't wanna single a department out, but it's a big bump for this year, and it's a relatively new idea, we've only had it for what, 6 weeks, this idea of a step program?
well, you're not singling them out if they're the only person who brought up a new idea, so,
I know, but I
It's-
just,
no.
I get what you're
I
saying.
think that's our job and your job to look at that carefully, so.
Yeah,
cause I
And-
mean, we could implement it, but I would just hate to have why did we do this when we should have done that?
right.
Just
No,
needs more
I
thought.
think, put some ideas down, send them to Cal and we can all look at them, and certainly I'm most interested in the effect on the bottom line. Obviously, we all know we're trying to recruit and retain officers. But, there's negotiating room.
Yeah, and like I said, like, when I look at the hierarchy or the structure of it, take anything, right? You can't have 4 guys at the same grade and scale and responsibility.
Right.
Not saying that we do here, but it'd be nice to kind of see what do we envision the structure of our police force? What do we think not worst case scenario, but the high end of the salaries
Right.
could be?
Right.
And how do we incorporate that long-term into the town?
Yeah.
While trying to afford a new dump, a fire
Right.
truck, and still have the services for the people, it's, I don't know.
Well, and with the fire department, at the police department, as we were talking a little bit today, what do we do when suddenly some of our police department that's National Guard is called out and we're relying on, what's the cost of not, I'm assuming we're still paying them at some level, and then we still have to, what's our cost to have state police cover when our town employees are called away to National Guard?
Or
I
like the
don't-
trainings and stuff.
Yeah,
So,
No, like when they're required to,
Oh,
go, like,
yeah.
so right now, there's no cost to state police,
okay,
right now.
but once we bump a certain level, right?
Where if we get 250 more residents,
Oh, that's right, it's
We're right at that
residents,
cusp.
we're,
Yeah,
we're
Yeah.
very
two hundred and
close.
fifty or so residents away from where they would say, well, you're a town of,
alright,
Then you flirt with 24-hour police or
Say it
pay the
again,
fee.
Cal?
3,000.
yeah,
3,000,
3,000, then
so we're getting there.
and they have the option to charge, I don't know if it's not mandatory, but they have the option, my
Right.
guess is they would, but I don't know what they would do, I don't know
Right.
how they would work that. Particularly if it's a temporary, scenario.
right,
Yeah,
seems yet another department, we're flirting with not having enough people.
we are, we absolutely are. Alright, is there anything else you wanted to draw to our attention tonight?
I don't think so.
Alright, I think your suggestion is a good one, that we each take this home and just go line by line and look at everything.
I guess I would say, look at last year's budget, look what the expenses were.
Yep,
If there was a budget line that had, we budgeted $20,000 and we only spent 3,000, that's a question to ask, right?
Mm-hmm.
And say, well, and particularly if it's $20,000 again this year, or 27.
right.
That's a question to ask.
Cal,
And if there's any others, any of those other details that you look at that pop out.
Do you wanna give us a deadline and say, you wanna hear anything we have to say about anything by Monday? So that we can have it before the budget committee the following Monday, or would you like it even sooner than
The
that?
budget committee's next Wednesday.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
Oh,
Budget
that,
committee's
yes, so
Wednesday.
you don't want
So
them,
yes, Monday would be the last day that you should,
let's say Friday, how about that?
because we have to have time to send the budget committee things too.
yeah,
Well, of course, you're not in on Friday unless you are in on Friday.
I'm in,
Cal's in on Friday.
unless I get selected for jury duty.
Oh,
Find out tomorrow.
I think you
Tell
could
some-
plead
some
hardship.
tips.
right.
What is
Can
our
we,
goal?
Can we, that's what, so if our goal is 4%, can you give us the dollar amount?
Yes,
Oh.
that is.
Very
already
good
got it
piece,
calculated,
of course you do.
I think that's how we did it last
We
year.
did.
As painful as it was, it worked,
Well, it's easier to think about it that way.
agreed.
Goal of 4%. That's our goal last year, wasn't it?
No, I think last year our goal was 3,
Yeah.
Really?
yeah.
$139,409.
Mhm.
That's your goal of increase.
That's the increase.
And,
Right, so we need to cut 139,409 to get to 4%, right?
139,409 is 4%, so.
Right,
Oh, are you halfway there?
no, I'm sorry,
So, right now, the increase is 237,467,
yeah,
so subtract 139,410 from that.
okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah,
236, yeah, you need, so 98,000
Okay,
is the difference. And something to consider is looking at it also minus the 50,000 for the fire engine bond, if you wanted to think about it that way. Because that got moved from down in the warrant article section up into the operating budget section, so,
So 48,000 would be the minimum.
yeah,
So we're looking to cut basically 50 grand from the
Right.
numbers in front of us.
right.
yeah.
Okay,
okay,
that's better than trying to cut 139,000.
exactly.
That's only 10 printers.
This is gonna be the new coin of the realm.
It's like, how many
All right, I just forgot the
I
number.
love it, 50,000.
All right,
That's a lot better than 139.
much,
is.
much better. Much
And
better.
as I said, I think we can do it. I am confident that we can do it. And
Well-
as Ken suggests, look at last year's budget and what was spent, compare it to this year's proposed budget. We've got some hard decisions to make, but I think we can do it. All right. Anything further? All right, old business, anything?
I don't think so. We have a close, we
Yep,
have to go into
I did see that.
executive session.
All right. Cal, which part of the RSA am I gonna,
A,
thank you.
or actually, wait, is it A or?
I don't know why we're, oh, okay,
C,
C, thank you.
adversely affected.
Thank you. All right, I'm gonna make a motion that we adjourn into a non-public session per RSA 91-A:3, Roman numeral 2C. Matters which, if discussed in public, would likely adversely affect the reputation of any person, other than a member of this board. Looking for a second.
I will second that.
All those in favor? Aye?
Aye.
Any opposed?
No,
All right, just
thank you, Edgar.
Thanks, Edgar. You too. Stay warm out there.
Be careful.